Hey everyone, today I want to talk about three things that I love about the Fate core system. First of all, mechanics, or rather the lack of mechanics. Fate really only has two core mechanics. You roll Fate dice to determine outcomes, and you spend and earn Fate points to be able to use different skills and abilities or aspects. There is no d20 or any other traditional role-playing game dice, no ability scores. Most of the things that you're used to if you come from a D&D type system are either non-existent here or completely redefined. Fate is about the party and the adventure. The few mechanics that it has are only the essentials that are needed to keep things on track. Dice rolls are minimally used. As a result, playing the game is very free. Rules lawyers will have nothing to do because there are few rules to argue about. Or they will argue about everything because so much is open to interpretation at the table. The control of the game is in the hands of the table, and this is a theme that you'll find in my other choices as well. The next thing I love is customization. Fate is actually not a role-playing game in itself. It is a system, a framework. It provides you with the tools to build a game that suits your table at that particular moment. You can use any setting, any story, you decide the backgrounds, the equipment, you even determine what the skills and abilities are that your characters have. If you look at the character sheet, what you'll find is a lot of blank fields. The skills section does not even give you a list of skills to choose from. You first need to define what the skills are, and then you determine which ones you have. The same with abilities or aspects. Everything you do is up to you. Fate is just the guide. And finally, collaboration. In my video about experience points, I lamented about how too often a table is just characters serving a role in a game master's story. I wished for more character-driven stories. Fate is that to the extreme. Everyone is building the story together. Players don't just show up with a completed character sheet and off they go. Everyone must work together to build the world and the characters and the story. And it works best when everyone is working together to create something. I get that Fate is probably not for everyone. As I said earlier, it's not actually a role-playing game that you can just use. It is the tools to create your own role-playing game for a specific homebrew adventure that you want to run. And there are many role-playing games built on the Fate system. If you don't want to come up with all of this on your own, then you can go get one of those systems that used Fate to create something more defined. I really find it refreshing. You hear all the time about something based on Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or something else, but in those cases you're altering an already defined game to fit your needs. Fate dials that down to the essentials so that you have more freedom to do what you want. To me, it's the difference between fan fiction and an original work. If you write fan fiction, then you are constrained by the existing characters and lore that have already been defined. But if you're creating an original work, then the limit is only your imagination. For example, if you're running a game in Forgotten Realms or Galarian using Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder rules, then this is fan fiction. And it can be amazing, but you must always be mindful of where you are and how you're doing it, and you have to follow those rules. By contrast, Fate is more the idea and a blank sheet of paper in the typewriter. I want to run a sword and sorcery adventure. That is the only constraint you have. You make up everything else as you go. The world, the equipment, the spells, the abilities, it's 100% up to you. And I'm not saying that it's better, it's just a different approach to playing the game. But let me know your thoughts. Have you played a game built on the Fate system? Do you enjoy it, or is it not your thing? Are there other great things that I didn't cover here? Love to hear everything that you have to say down in the comments. Until next time, take care.